here one lies. As you prepare him, basically as you get close to his body, there's like a mental. It's strange. It's almost as if like you ever try to push two magnets together, but like they're
Mm-hmm.
the wrong polarity, so they like zubi off each other.
The very strong definition.
As you can tell, I did very well in English in high school. Anyway, as you do that, there's almost a sense of resistance as you attempt to touch his corpse, and then there's a sense of acceptance as something seems to recognize what you are and flows into you.
Epos has new title now. Do 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 do.
Epos has a new
do.
title, the Duke of Silvershades.
What is this just how the Fae work? You kill them and you get the power.
Essentially.
Not always, but yes. You'll find out at some point, probably. Also, you're free to loot his corpse, as I assume you will.
I am stating now for the record, Aaron, you are not chopping up his corpse. You can
What?
loot his corpse, you are not chopping it up.
What do you mean?
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
No.
I mean,
Epos
why?
not let you.
Wait, why?
Does he have anything like a brooch or sigil ring or something on him?
Not on him. However, he does have a few scattered possessions in the room that Aaron's in.
I think it's safe to say, we deal with the traps and we loot the place.
Yes. Intermission while I write shit down in loot chat. Will everyone give me a perception check? Everyone also give me an ability check if you wish. And Ipos, roll me a nature.
I don't have nobility. You can have a nature. And a perception of 9.
As you can see, he's living in a very expensive part of town.
Hey, with a perception of 9, Ipos believes that.
This place is, to put it lightly, a piece of shit. He's sleeping on like a bundle of hay, he has like a few scattered. He actually doesn't have any food down here, weirdly enough. You'll discover why in a second. But let's see. Aaron, Silas, you pretty much and Ren discovers it first, and Aaron and Silas pretty much almost at the same time. There's a bunch of like letters, correspondences, a calendar in here. That when you look at it, Silas, of your nobility, these are events, soirees, birthday parties, tea parties, all that sorts of thing, written in this calendar. Some of them are marked in red, and there appears to be some kind of rhyme or reason to it, but you're not quite sure what it is. Are you able to roll nature at all, Bigby?
No. I can't
You're
get
not
higher than
able.
10.
You're not able to puzzle any reason behind this. However, Epos, nature 21, you do, as I imagine people there show you what they find. Namely, this calendar is fucking weird as hell because obviously the Fey realm is weird in regards to time. Time passes very quickly or very slowly, depending on how it feels. But you note down 3 names, which I'm going to PM you, that
Thank you.
appear very often in his notes, almost as if he's seemingly obsessed with them.
Hey, more titles for me to nick. Okay, good to know. I have more letters to write.
And now, if I've met Breakwell, I can write out all these goddamn magic items. Because as you'll discover, this man was rich as hell at some point in his life, and he has spent a lot of money getting magical items.
Alright, but Ipos, I do need to get the poison from him.
No, you don't.
Cure your dog.
No, the poison's not in him.
Well,
It's a poison that he has.
how do you know? He's Fey.
Plus, you can find numerous vials on him which are filled with poison. You don't find, as you're kind of preparing him for whatever kind of funeral rites you do, you don't find any sacks or anything on him, as far as you're aware.
Oh yeah, it was like a gland sac thing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was after.
No, you're just looking for a vow. He doesn't have any sex or glands on him.
Right.
The Sander
But
Black.
the one
Black,
that I was looking for, is that just a
Yeah.
vial? Right.
That's just a vow. The sacred gland you might be thinking of was from the assassin from Ash's thing. That had the gland.
Yeah, I took that.
Right.
Yeah. That's not what you're looking for. You already have that.
Yeah,
What if
it sort of holds up 2 handfuls of vials. It's like, this what we're looking for. Not in him, is this stuff.
Oh,
One of these.
okay. What if I make it non-invasive? I'm not gonna like cut them up like I normally do, but I could do a non-invasive surgery.
Ipos looks thoroughly confused at those 2 words coming together.
Like it won't. Like I'm not gonna be removing limbs. There's like I'll cut a small hole and carefully extract, but it won't actually look like it harmed the body in any way.
No.
Oh,
He-
come on.
Fae part of world and never normally die. He need to be taken back and made part of world again.
Yeah.
Can't do that if only part of him there.
But I'm like looking at a vein of adamantine here, Hippos. There's a really lot of stuff.
No. But possibly for like one of the first times you've ever known him, he actually looks deadly serious on this. His normal like joking around, it's just gone. He's just completely straight faced at the moment. The boss not mine if you take other things, take whatever you like from here, but his body, no.
J-Mac, just so I can ask, what CR is he?
He is CR. Hold on. I did the math.
I mean, given that
He's
I have 8.
Yeah. So yeah, he's CR8. Well, actually, yeah, that fits because it's also he's CR8.
That's 640 gold.
Hippo,
Hang
need
on.
help you carry it?
Ipos pulls out a bag of 640 gold and presses it to Evan. Just there your money. Now leave him alone.
Okay.
Ipos has over 1,000 gold, so just like there, 640 gold.
You want me to help you carry him?
Yes, please, carry to gate. And Ipos is planning on taking his body through the gate to the first world and doing some ritual there and then coming back.
Yeah, Ren will walk with Ipos. Due to his strength damage, he's not going to just carry the body. He'll load the body onto the floating disc and just have it follow behind him.
You could do that fairly easily. He's not a very heavy guy, despite being fucking full.
The point is, he's floating on a disc that can hold several hundred pounds. It's fine.
Okay. There's more to come. Hold on. I broke the word limit.
I was just working out how much gold I'd have left over after paying off the bloodthirsty Aaron. Well, maybe not bloodthirsty, the mercenary Aaron.
There you go.
Lots of weapons.
Of holding.
Yep.
Ow.
Also, just before we get into other things, this little pile of bones and blood here, is that actually there?
Yes. Do you want
Right,
to roll
so
a heal check?
I'm pretty sure I don't have heal.
You got. I'll take a look at it.
I don't have heal. But I'm guessing that combined with the sanguine chalice is how he's been eating.
Don't need to eat food if you can just juice people.
One of you know,
Aaron, that sure is people.
Yeah.
Notably not people, human people, I mean, but like, appears to be there's like some goblin corpses. There's actually one person body in there, but you think.
Oh God. Can I? Nah. Been here a while. I fucking know. And no like possessions or anything like that in the pile, is there?
No. I had the feeling you'd take that, Big B.
Annoyingly, there's not really anything there that would be super useful for Ipos.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. This was more a story thing for him rather than getting things out of it.
I will need to talk to you later about whether or not you want to accept your new title and what abilities come along with that. Because I'm sure you noticed this one has a lot more powerful abilities than your Jester title.
Because the
In
Jester is
addition,
basically the lowest of the low titles. This is
Yes.
slightly higher.
slightly. I also need to talk to you about Fey ranks because they do not follow it in the same progression that Real World does.
No. No, they don't.
Dukes being pretty much the bottom of the rung. Well, they've managed to get kings and queens right. Kings and queens are up there, but everything else in the middle is sort of jumbled. Yeah. Is there anything else in this? I believe
Probably-
that's all he has.
Probably just like whatever title sounded funniest or something was higher. So, oh, I like the sound of that title. That could be a really high one.
Epos could probably tell Pete. Epos at least knows this truth, as having been in the Fey Court for a while. All titles mean jack shit. Like the titles don't actually mean anything. They're just fancy names. The abilities behind them don't necessarily need to even correspond to what the fucking name is. Like the Duchess of Daisies you found doesn't necessarily have to have something flower related. After all, it's just
Yeah.
whatever the Fae thinks sounds nice.
Yeah, I mean the Jester abilities were quite fitting for Jester, but you know the Duke of Silver, whatever. I've got his sheet open. The Duke of Silver Shades. The shade part of it's right. The whole dancing part of it has nothing to do with Silver Shade.
Yes. The more a Fae title is powerful, the more weirder it is. Like the more it will have like more words attached, which don't really seem to mean jack shit. But yes, you're free to return to the Fae Gate. What is there anything in particular that Iblis wants to do as he sees the body off, or is it just he wants to offer proper respect?
It's partly to offer proper respect. He's probably going to perform some form of ritual, kind of blending what he knew of not Fey funeral rites because they basically don't exist, but
Yeah.
Fey rituals mixed in with Druid funeral rites to return the body and the spirit back to the world rather than keeping it trapped in the mortal world. It's a bit messed up in his head, but you get what he's trying to do.
I get you. The Fae Gate actually steps out into this strange, like, mountainous area. Hold on, I'm gonna go actually show, because I made the map first, because this is one of
Ooh.
the potential places you could fight. What?
Be interesting.
Where are we?
It's
Oh,
nothing
there.
fancy. However, this is something that I've been drawing in Clip Studio Paint, so it's new, technically. Let me just fucking move the eye. Where? As it appears to just appear over nothing, if you look to the south.
Oh, the south. There we go.
There is, and very far in the distance, you see an estate of some kind, a castle, something like that. But it's very distant.
Duke's estate, maybe.
I will say, later, probably not now, because I need to actually figure out how I'm going to particularly do the map for the Fey area. But coming over to the Feywilds is certainly more of an option, because, I'm sure you're aware, more of your story stuff lies in the Fey realm.
Mm-hmm. He probably wouldn't spend a great deal of time here after his previous journeys, but he would do like quick visits. You know, go do a job, come back. before
Yeah, that's-
most people realise he's there.
Yeah. It's probably also more like corresponding with people in this realm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Was Ippos opening the Fey Gate himself?
if he wants to.
Yeah,
I
it's
presume it wasn't already open, right?
No.
no, it. I think it was open when we first got here, and he closed it before going to find the Red Duke.
No, it wasn't open at all, but you'd noted that it had been opened a lot
Right.
recently.
That was it. Yeah,
I'm curious how Ippos would go about opening a Fey Gate.
I have no freaking clue.
Is it, I mean, I imagine it's your druidic Fey magic, but
Yeah, it would be. It'd be through the, like you say, the Fey Speaker part of his druidness, through probably some highly energetic ritual thing. Lots of bouncing around.
You can hand wave it. It's not terribly, like, important. The gate opens, essentially. Notably when you step through into this realm, and probably takes you a little while to do your, like, kind of on-the-fly, funeral rites, you hear whispers from the face spirits that kind of have noted something coming through, and also perhaps even the death of something powerful. You just hear whispers, but no actual creatures, just saying, "Oh, it's been so long since we've had a trial by combat." Yeah. You just hear a long drag of a cigarette.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, but it's mostly like gossipy chatter. But you're free to leave the Fey realm should you wish.
He'll make note of the gossipy chatter, but he'll be focusing on what he's doing, and then he'll either like bury the body or toss it off the side of the cliff, whatever he feels like at the time, whatever feels right.
It's very dramatic to fling him off a cliff, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's a cliff, you can't see the bottom, it's overlooking what he's assuming is ducal estate or something like that.
Someone's having a fucking party and then his body just explodes on your table.
Bren would have offered to help Ippos with whatever strange funeral rites you were doing.
Oh dear.
Including if you needed that, but
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to ask anyone to
Right.
come through to the other side with him, but if people, the
I mean-
gate's open, so if people want to come through and help,
Bren
They
already
can
came
do.
accompany you, and he'd follow you through if you wouldn't stop him.
Sorry, I'm just loving the mental image of you putting the body on Ren's floating disc. He just like flies it off the edge.
yes,
And
yes,
slides
that
into
is
the
what we
thing.
do. It's still on the floating disc, because that's how we're carrying it through the gate. All the rituals going on, and as the rituals getting towards the end, it floats out into the distance, and then just as the last words are done, the last fireworks are set off or whatever, the disc just disappears and the body plummets.
Actually, it just slowly drifts out. As soon as it reaches 30 feet, it just kind of flickers out of existence. And
Yes,
It's like a very morbid, like a fucking Viking funeral. Where they, like,
yes,
set on fire.
yes, just with less fire.
Except instead they're just yeeted down a cliff.
You just hear boom, boom, boom. Except more meaty.
Look, Ifos has never been to a Fey funeral before. He doesn't know how it's supposed to go. He's making this up as he goes along.
Ippos knows how a Fey funeral works.
I mean, they probably appreciate the absurdity of fucking flinging down someone you just murdered.
Exactly. It's not really going for respectful, solemn, oh yes, this is such a sad occasion. This is, let's make a show of it. Let's do something people will remember. It just so happens that part of that involves yeeting a corpse down a cliff.
Yeah. Oh, actually, while you're here, very quick thing. Who's lawful here? I believe it's only Silas.
Yes.
Silas, this place sucks.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, no, Silas goes in and then just goes out.
Yeah.
You all enjoy.
It's like when your mum's in a really bad mood and you can just feel the bad vibe and you're like, I need to leave.
Yeah, no. No thanks. I'm not going to be doing this. I'm going to go rest in his cave. Because at least he has a good bed there.
Oh, it's Brent? What's-
Good, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're not affected by the weird chaotic energies.
Chaotic neutral, baby. This is all normal.
I'd expect. Yeah, Silas is a very weird alignment in regards to the rest of the party. But anyway,
Yes, I'm not going to stick around.
Look, we have the completely carefree kobold. The carefree but wants to be a hero, apparently sword making magus. We have Alana who what even is Alana's alignment? I can never figure
neutral good. However, Agnodice fucking hates this place. She is lawful good.
out.
Alana's scarf is just like, ugh, ugh.
So where's our resident witch at?
I believe chaotic. I want to say neutral. I don't know. No comment unless Storm wants to say.
It should be neutral good.
Well,
You can
Alana also
argue
has to think that she's
how-
technically
I mean, we could
Sorry?
we technically retire Arc. Where's our resident halfling?
True neutral.
We entire 6 block at the top.
Yeah.
With all 6 top alignments.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think Alana would be fine anyway, because she technically has Fey heritage, which helps a little bit in this place. Anyway,
Agnodice.
does not help Agnodice, no. But you are free, well, to go wherever you want after this. I'm assuming people want to go home and be like, wow, we lived. Only took fucking 2 hero points.
It was only one.
Wasn't it 2?
Oh well, no, Evos did use one.
Yeah,
right?
it was used
2.
one as well, so 2.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Could have been worse for a fight you could have died in.
Yeah.
I need to get. I need either 2 nights rest or restoration.
Also, you're still technically poisoned.
Shh. I also need checks.
Yeah, does like the poison resume after the delay poison, or since it's only like lasts for a couple of rounds, is both. Is Ren fine now?
Delay poison. Any poison in the system during the spell duration is not affected until the spell expires.
So once it ends, you get hit by a bunch.
Yeah,
of
Yes.
essentially it's just on pause for now.
But you
No,
can have
it is
people
for
like slap
hours.
you.
I passed
Yeah.
you an antitoxin.
And the delay poison lasts for an hour per level, so we'll be most of the way
Yeah.
back by then.
I mean, the
You can
antitoxin means
bet-
I get a free save anyway when I drink it. So
Hmm.
You can get back to a school. You can drink antitoxin. You can have a bunch of people slap you with resistance and guidance.
check.
We got a cloak of resistance if you want to temporarily use that.
I'm tempted by the armory braces.
And I thought you
There's
just
literally-
created all of your weapons.
I do create all of my weapons, but by the fact that you can weapons can be called out as a swift action or as part of a move action, the swift action part intrigues me because that means as part of a full attack I can potentially switch weapons.
True.
If he ever actually got to make a fucking full attack, you would have seen that there.
Like, I admit none of these are really that good for me because most of them are weapons, which are like, oh, I don't actually need more weapons. As much as a garish scythe is kind of cool.
I kind of want that myself, but not to use, just to like have fucking mounted on the wall.
Sagwin Chalice is just amusing. I love the idea of wannabe vampire. I like the idea of wannabe vampire.
Any other character, I would have had that on, because you know what I'm like. Every time a vampire comes up, it's like, oh yes, I'll be the vampire. Because most of my characters it would work so well for.
Okay.
Even here, I'm still a charisma character. It would work so well for Ipos.
And of course, if there's items you don't really want to keep, you're free to trade them away or sell them to either people you know or between ways.
Yeah, I don't know if any of us are going to use Cruel Form because Alana's got her scarf and I just summon weapons.
I mean,
I mean, the poison weapon is cool, but how much would we actually use it? Unless someone else wants a +1 rapier for some reason.
It does kind of seem like a Silas thing, maybe. You know, rapiers seem very noble shit, but I don't know how much it'd actually use it.
Like, Silas might be fine with
Considering
just
it's Doesn't it have a poison on it?
It can freeze up if they have a poison on it.
That's tempting. Does it look like? It's green.
It glistens green in ambient light with a
I
wicked
haven't.
point. So a stylish green rapier with like a slightly twisted end.
Probably looking planty.
Scorpion-y,
Scorpion.
honestly.
Got it.
As much as it's called the cruel thorn.
Should be cruel steam.
It's not. It's tempting.
This Silas gets fucking every. No, I'm joking. Well, the Feywave shift is good for you considering your lack of current armor.
I have no armor, and I would like something that also, hey, it fits Silas as well because I'm just wearing my noble clothing, which is also why I kind of like the cruel thorn because it's just a normal rapier that he pokes an enemy with it and like, oh no, never mind, your muscles are seizing up and I'm going to stab you.
Yeah. I mean, as it stands, the Feywave shift is pretty much the only other person who can use it is really Aaron. Then again, it is medium, so.
Also, 3 times a day, ooh. Yeah. So you could do that 3 times in a row and just poke,
well,
poke.
No. Well, unless you mean
every
not 3
rounds in a row.
Yeah,
yeah every time
that
they, every time they succeed at their saves, or the duration runs out. Yeah, that's anywhere from 12 strength damage to 24.
Well, yeah, if you manage to space it out like that, otherwise it just well, yeah, I guess it increases the duration DC. Because poisons have that weird rule where if you apply a poison to a person who's already poisoned, it just increases the DC and increases the frequency for length.
Duration as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so if you hit someone with a poison that's already in effect, you basically reset the counter and increase the DC by 2.
Reset. Okay. Reset? So yeah, I would have to. Yeah, I'd have to hit them basically every 5th turn. Give them another poke. But I also just recently got that scepter.
Oh no, sorry, no. No. So multiple doses of poison, you increase the duration by half of the total duration.
Ah, okay.
So potentially up to 8.
Yeah.
Turns.
Okay. Still
yeah. That's a thing.
I'm just going to check if you get any events on your way back home, but otherwise I think it's probably a good place to end session.
I still like how we have a vampire chalice. It's not no good for most of us. But, you know.
You got there in 3 hours. You can get back in 3
I
hours.
don't know. Would anything be good for Asher Priz?
Really?
No.
Unfortunately not.
There's a rapier that Big Bean might take. There is a garish scythe.
It's the best scythe. It's covered in peacock feathers.
Yeah.
What's the size ability?
Actually, it might be good for Prismelda if she can use saves.
She can use Marshall, so.
The Peacock Rain's ability is when you make an attack, the Peacock Rain basically has a pool of 6 feathers to regenerate each day. Whenever you make an attack, you can range one of these feathers as a ranged attack against a creature within 20 feet. Firing a feather this way doesn't provoke attacks opportunity, and feats that apply to melee attacks do not apply, but feats that affect ranged attacks do. So Prismelda could get point blank shot on that.
And the feathers always do minimum damage the scythe can deal.
Yeah, so at minimum it's like 2 plus strength.
It doesn't have a lot of strength, but it would be better than the glaive she has, I suppose, if she doesn't end up needing to reach.
Point blank shot.
A garish peacock feathered scythe does kind of fit the theme a little bit. It's very bright and flashy.
Yep.
So you could potentially even shoot 6 feathers that do 4 damage each. I will note, if you have your buff, which makes weapons deal 1d6 fire damage, that also applies. Well, that would only add 1 actually, because it's a dice. So not that great, but it would still be 5 damage attacks for 30 potential damage. But it's nothing to sneeze at.
Oh no.
But yes.
So what does the chalice do actually?
If you drink a full cup of blood, it counts as a meal.
I see.
So yeah, as I said, one cannot typically subsist on the blood of others, but with the sanguine chalice, often used by wannabe vampires who wish to indulge in a form of consumption of the figures they worship, 1 cup full of blood from this chalice counts as a meal. It's literally the emos wanting to, the emo teenagers wanting to be a vampire.
We also got the Calendar of Ancients, which counts as 500 gold worth of scribing materials for scrolls. And if you use it to make a scroll, the spell becomes a scarving spell. If applicable.
Interesting.
Though, before we use that, I'm very tempted to study it psychically.
Yes, do so. You study it, I study it, everyone study it.
Yeah, you can make a copy of basically the notes on it. It's just that obviously won't be psychically charged.
Yeah, that's why I want it before anyone actually uses it for making scrolls.
Yeah, I'm just looking for Tinder.
Ipos won't be making scrolls with it, but he will be making a copy of it.
Yeah. On the way home, you do technically get an encounter, which is 9 giant termites, but you can just run from that.
Giant termites.
Nah, fuck that. I still have
Flaming
I still
sphere.
have Flaming Sphere.
I've still got Aggressive Thundercloud.
I got a lot of grenades.
I can say you can clear it because they're not particularly dangerous. They have a plus 6 to attack, and that's like for most of you. That's for all the melee people. That's like not a fear.
I fear so much.
In which case, Aaron, you get free CR9 or 9 CR free creatures.
What?
Well, I was saying if you. Well,
I'm sorry. I'm playing Smash Brothers with my sister's fiance right now.
I see.
9 CR3?
Yeah.
Holy shit, okay.
Okay, they were kind of tougher than expected.
Well, that's 800 gold.
CR's an art more than a science.
Yeah. Well, now I gotta write down 810 gold worth of termite gunk.
Whatever the fuck you can use that for.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was crazy last 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So crazy.
If it was the Ankegs you ran across, I would have ran that fight, because that's actually potentially scary.
Yeah.
So we have a big cone of acid damage.
Just to be a dick, someone should see if our resident Dampier roommate is interested in the blood chalice. It's like, hey, what do you think of this?
See, you laugh at that, but she in fact would be. Because here's the thing. Bella does have Blood Drinker, but it only functions against humans.
So now she can use it for
She would be able to get the benefits of her feat for any creature that she'd be able to get a pint of blood from.
That's actually... Yeah.
We would buy that from you for 2,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, sure.
Sold.
Yeah. 2,000? That's cheap.
It's a pretty simple item. It's not...
Yeah, it's almost like a good berry.
I mean, when you think about it, the fucking bag of garden we had before, the jar of garden, that was better than this.
Yeah, it's true.
Fair.
Also, have you ever drunk blood? It's not great.
No.
Can confirm.
Kind of thick.
I mean, I imagine it's slightly more desirable for a vampire.
Oh, absolutely.
But selling this thing normally wouldn't get as much. So.
Bella, I'll sell it to you for 2,000 gold, but you have to answer me a question too.
She looks at you, Aaron. Leans forward. Sure, honey. What is it?
Are the fangs of vampires hollow where you suck the blood through them, or do you just use the fangs to make puncture wounds and then like
Oh no,
make
we scrape and lick. It's really bad.
Okay, all right.
You can tell
That's what I
she's
thought.
fucking with you.
Damn it, J-Mac.
Let me make a fucking reference, Big B.
But this answers one of Aaron's many questions about mythical creatures she didn't think existed.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Bella, if you want, Bella will give you a semi-lecture on it, which basically boils down to some form of hemomancy.
Huh.
To vampires.
Interesting.
As she explains, we don't actually have a digestive system, so we're not capable of processing the liquid. Instead, what we do is we strip the magical energies from the blood,
No, that would
and
make
essentially
sense.
release what is left over as water from into the air.
So that's like your exhalation system.
Yeah.
Part of your okay. Oh, I suppose that would make sense if you're a negative energy based creature, because destruction of certain things you could get energy out of. Huh.
And tell me, like, if we were to actually drink the blood, there'd be like a lot of vampires peeing everywhere.
That would actually be a problem, I imagine.
Yeah, for most full vampires, that plumbing doesn't exactly work.
Well,
You probably
judging
need to
from
like squeeze them.
yeah.
This got really weird really fast.
Hey,
Yeah.
it answers an important question.
Today's biology lecture on vampires.
She's not a vampire yet. She doesn't have to worry about this.
Hey, this is a thing that she might have to deal with potentially one day.
Maybe. And she has vampiric nobility. Also, sanguine chalice.
I'm just saying a lot. Like Dampiers becoming vampires is not that uncommon.
I'm sad. Nobody ever got the offer from her to buy blood from them. Because she wasn't going to approach Silas because noble, and that probably is offensive. Wolf tastes bad, as she can smell from a mile away. Who else matters in the party who's a human? Nobody else, actually. Oh, no, no, Ash is ASMR.
Ash
Where's
has
Ash is an
mostly human.
Azamar.
Yeah,
I'm a human.
it's
No,
just because
I do not. I do not have mostly human.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a disguise thing.
okay.
I mean, technically, I'm
No,
human, but
Yeah, but you're new. And she hasn't technically met Ren yet.
I mean,
Weird. Hey, can I lick you? It's weird.
like another human covered in psychic energy.
Bigby, you've had a thing from Curiosity where Ocarim was selling blood to them for some reason.
Oh.
I can't remember if you read. Well, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and those don't exist anymore.
So if someone was
Oh, did I
willing,
remove them?
if someone was wanting to purchase blood,
Or-
Ren is a
I
star
mean-
student, you might consider it.
Oh right, I've added them all into the GM notes.
Okay.
He's way better than this.
Should we just I'll just fucking paste them into the full thing. This isn't getting used for a while.
Oh, and also, I'm just gonna sell the termite bits because, frankly, I have no clue.
Sell them to Bob.
It's my
Or
plan.
Job, rather.
Should play
Yeah.
as
You can make some
Termite liver.
armor or something.
zero.
Well,
two.
I have a guy I talk
I
to.
don't know who I want.
Ah, okay.
That reminds me, Aaron, or I never sent you that thing that I said I was going to send. Hold on, because you're asking about making magic items for profit.
Yeah,
And I realized I never sent you.
because there are some things that I have that are very thematic that I could make use out of.
Hold on, I just need to check the calendar.
And also
Which,
your
oh yeah, I'll discuss this whenever anyone else ends up getting magic crafting. But the way I'm going to do it is, yes, you can craft magic items for profit, where basically you'll make a 20% profit, but you can only do it every so many weeks. Because there's, you're in a place where a lot of people have craft wondrous item and shit.
I mean, that'll be next level for me because 5th level is the earliest you're allowed to take craft magic arms and armor.
Yeah, so basically every 2 weeks, in-game that is, there'll be a random list of a demand, and you can potentially fill it. So unfortunately, you can't just make an item and sell it for big bucks. Unless you know someone specific who you can sell to, like you just did with Bella.
I'll appreciate at least the option to make more money.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm sure there's be some people in the party who want armor enchanted.
Yeah.
Or braces of armor made. One of the two.
I need to do math on this quick. Actually, I can use termite parts on this.
Am I catching Rusty's mouth? Oh, this is a question for the ages.
Yes,
Huh?
actually. Any weapon on a construct counts as a weapon that can be enchanted.
Yeah, it's good to know. At some point, I might have to enchant Rusty.
Holy crap! We have so many masterwork weapons to just drop out of the armory bracers and sell.
Yeah, 8 masterwork daggers. Masterwork spear.
Everything else is not worth that much, to be honest. Except the hand crossbow. But again, you might want to keep. I actually don't know if you can use that.
If we do start selling stuff, I'd like to keep the armory bracelet, and can I keep 3 of the masterwork daggers?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
You can sell the other 5 masterwork daggers. There's no way in one combat I'm going to throw 8 daggers. So
I mean, you say these things, but that just sounds like a challenge.
I'm hardly focused on this, to be honest.
And do you
Well,
want to
charming.
launder-
I'm talking to David. It's fine.
Do you want to launder the other 5 Master-Oak daggers through Aster?
I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
In which case, tender roll me a D100.
Ugh, 25. I forget if
You
high or
get
low
a
was good, but I'm
5%.
assuming low's bad.
High good, low bad. You're selling 5.
hand crossbows are exotic, aren't they?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. How did I times
I
by
mean, I could still
5%?
use it because I've got martial flexibility. Is it worth it for me? Probably not, because it's only really good for poison, isn't it?
Yeah, they're not great, all things considered.
Unless... I mean, I guess I could attach turpitude poison to it, which is a thing.
Oh, I thought I was the one who got knocked back.
No.
Oh,
You know? Actually, the hand crossbow would be of use to me.
I don't know that.
Gives me alternate range option when throwing swords isn't good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll... Yeah, so I guess I'll do that then. I don't need a spear. I don't need a butterfly. I don't need darts.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, darts aren't bad.
No, I don't need darts.
Only slightly weaker daggers.
And the
They're not
initial
even
burst
master
is like,
on my side. Unless you want to play them on the dart game, like the dartboard.
the regroup starts now. Aster doesn't make much of a profit, unfortunately, so you get 790 gold pieces from selling with 5 Master-Oak daggers. He takes 2 gold as a commission, mostly because I want to make it a nice number.
So full loot, like money-wise from that, is 2,790 gold
So far.
of stuff that we sold so far.
That's not including the giant termite bits.
Right, but I just chalk that up to that's Aaron stuff.
Yeah, since I'm in a constant state of crafting, and anything you guys craft for me has an inherent discount, I kind of just take it, and I'll use it for stuff to the party. I always give out crap.
And it's worth pointing out that if you end up having a surplus and you don't know what to spend it on, just, worth mentioning to other people, hey, I have a bunch of this
Yeah.
shit. After all, you can only use a third of it in any given item.
Mm-hmm.
Could you
I think
use some of?
Go ahead, Tinder.
Could you use some of the termite shit to make me a wayfinder? Or
I could.
the money you got from it. So
Well,
I don't
yes.
have a wayfinder.
Sure, I could do that. Yeah, Ippos, don't worry about it. You didn't have to give me the 600 gold. I was just complaining. I wasn't gonna ever do it. Yeah, I know I have a little bit of a greedy streak to me, but I'm not. It's not that big of a deal. I'll use
Ipos fine with it normally, but this special
get it.
case.
I know. All right, it's fine. I just was just a moment.
So out of character, are you keeping the gold I gave you?
I'm using it to make your wayfinder.
How expensive is this wayfinder?
Depends. Do you want a fancy one?
Since when did Ipos particularly care?
Well, I mean, there's some cool things I can do.
To be fair, you were at like 150.
Okay.
Time to look at wayfinders, I think. I don't even know what Ipos would like.
Oh.
The Wayfinder of the Stars is the really fucking expensive one. Yeah, it is.
I know what you'd like. 9,000 pieces.
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to know if we have any more of those Stormbird feathers, do you?
I think we do.
Don't think we used the ones we got, did we?
I have a use for them. Do you mind if you pass them over to me?
I swear we had a stocks thing somewhere.
We have a thing that describes what the stocks do. I haven't necessarily been keeping track of what you have.
Oh, J-Mag, that's your one job here.
I keep track of what
Someone
I
else
pick
do it.
up.
I'm the fucking DM. Also, when you mean Stormhawk, do you mean Lightning Hawk or Cloud Hawk?
Yes, either one.
Well, I guess that's fair.
I'm pretty sure we have stocks of both kinds of feather.
Yeah. Cloud Hawk. Oh, fuck me. Hold on. Where's Ash document for performance? Looking at events because I'll be able to tell from that. Oh, okay. You have 4 stocks of Cloudhawk feathers from the event. I want to say you got 3 from when you first met them for a total of 7.
So 7. And how much
I'm
do they
just gonna-
per bit?
Okay. For each stock, we count as 250 gold pieces worth of crafting material when crafting something that is used towards flight.
Okay, because what I was thinking about doing for Ipos is making a unique wayfinder, but it's really just jamming a basic ass wayfinder together with a unique magic item called called Storm Lure.
Oh, I know the one.
I'm just wondering if that would be an appropriate thing because it's not flight, but it is wind control.
It would, however, I will tell you, this is basically, you'll be using the rules that you normally use when you're mashing 2 items together, which
I will
means
look
it
that up
makes
because I don't
expensive.
remember it.
It basically... Hold on. It makes it a lot more expensive, essentially.
Well, a wayfinder is normally a slotless item, so
Yeah, that doesn't help, I have to be honest. Slotless items are more expensive than regular items, usually.
Price usually. By base rules. I don't know how you modified rules, but base rules are double.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I haven't really touched them.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Because, slotless you can have as many as you want. Which makes it a bit of an issue. We're adding the abilities. The cost of adding any additional ability to an item increases by 50%.
that's not that bad actually.
If a character adds the power for invisibility to a ring of protection +2, the cost of having this ability is the same for as creating the original item but multiplied by 1.5. Okay.
Okay, so it would be eventually multiplying a wayfinder by 1.5, which is
Well,
750 gold. This base would be Storm Lure because it would be taking up the next slot, so the added thing would be the wayfinder.
yeah, if you want to make a next slot Wayfinder, then yes, I'd be fine with that. If it was going to be
Next
the
slot
slotless,
is
then...
actually empty at the moment.
Ippo doesn't have that many pockets, so it's much easier to hang it around his neck.
Was the bell neck? Hold on. Lost Child's Bell. Lost Child's Bell is an excellent item. However, you also barely use that, so losing that isn't that bad.
I don't think I've ever used it.
Yeah.
And I was always planning on combining that with a Dottie's Visage. Not sure what that would then become. It was one of the crafting options. I can't remember the details.